Hey guys, it's Mo. Just checking on everybody, seeing if everybody's okay. Hoping everybody is okay. Everybody's safe and doing their thing. Doing stuff around the house or just outside or taking a walk or, doing anything to keep yourself active and keep yourself motivated and productive in this time. I want to say that everybody is really pitching in and everybody's doing their best to make sure that they're not just looking out for themselves, but they're looking out for the neighbors, they're looking out for the elderly, they're looking out for those that really can't look out for themselves. But I have a question, and the question is, why is it that in times of adversity, times of chaos and a crisis, that everybody's good side comes out? And, it's great that this virus has bring us all together. But what's sad is that it takes a virus to bring the country or the world together and unite as one and not think of each other as someone's inferior. Um, it's sad because if we could just turn that around and just be this person that we are now every day instead of when things get tough or things get rough out there, I think we'd all be a lot better. It's not uh, it's not like a good quality or a good trait as far as I can see it. Because if I'm going to be good, then I should strive to be good all the time. I should strive to do my best to help anyone out, regardless of color, regardless of age, regardless of ethnicity. I should just want to do the best at all times. But that's not the case. Like, we pick and choose our moments to help or to interfere in something. We do not just inherently say, hey, this is the right thing to do, so let's do it. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people out there that do the right thing all the time or most of the time. Because, I don't know that anybody can do it all the time, but most of the time. So don't get me twisted in the fact that we should all do it every day, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. That doesn't exist. But we can try to do the right thing as many times a day, a week, a month, a year as possible. We criticize each other. We criticize each other for things that we didn't even have choices in. Like, you'll criticize somebody because they're overweight. You criticize someone because they're underweight. You criticize someone because they're short. You criticize someone because they're tall. You criticize someone because they don't share the same ethnicity as you do. And we think that it's okay. Guess what? Nobody had a choice. I don't think you get to fill out a card before you're born and say, this is who I want to be, what I want to look like, the height I want, the weight I want, the color hair I want, the color eyes I want, the job I want, the family I want. Those aren't things that we have choices in. But we are blessed with one thing, that we are born into a world that we can coexist and we can appreciate each other's differences, because our differences are our greatest strength. Because what's different from you, can strengthen me, because I can find something in you that I don't have in myself, and I can strive more to be like you. But it's sad that we do this on a day-to-day basis, and it is viewed as it's okay. I try my best to never look at someone for more than just being a human being. Because guess what? Either I'm going to like you for who you are, or I'm not going to like you for who you are. So it shouldn't really make a difference as to what color you are, or what ethnicity you are. That shouldn't make a difference at all. See, I'm not going to judge you by the color of your skin. I'm going to judge you by the content and character and what's inside your heart. That's what I'm going to judge you on. And I think that's what we all need to do. we need to sit back and really take a look and reflect. Think about, the things that you may have said to someone, or hurt someone's feelings because, what fears us about somebody else is the unknown. So if you don't know someone, guess what? Yeah, you fear that person. Fear is not knowing the unknown. That is fear. So confront your fears. And you know what? If you do confront your fears, you might find out that there are a lot of people out there that you had put off to the side because you were afraid, because they were different from you, because they spoke differently, they had a different accent than you, or they looked different than you. If you take a chance on yourself and try different things. Meeting people is like exploring different foods, right? You might see something that doesn't look great on a plate and you would just avoid it to all end. Just avoid it. Why? Because it doesn't appeal and it's unknown to your palate. So unless you take a chance to educate your palate, taste it, you may love it. I didn't like squid. I'm not going to sit here and say I did, but one of my really good friends, I consider him a brother, Nooch, consider him a brother. He's the one that said, you know what, you need to try different things. So he introduced me to a lot of different foods that I had not tasted, had not even thought about. Why? Because it was the unknown. And now that unknown has turned into, it's pleasant to taste or to eat something that I thought was going to be disgusting before. That's the same way with people. Give somebody a chance to allow you to know them before you make a decision on them. Get a chance to know that person, and guess what? Then you can decide whether, that's your cup of tea or it's not. Now, I'm not telling you that everybody in this world is going to like each other, because that's impossible. But you can respect the person that you may not admire, and you can be pleasant enough to, hey, a hi and a bye. So, but give that person a chance the same way you would want somebody to give you a chance. Don't be the first to criticize. And yeah, it's really easy to make fun of someone, because that's like a defense mechanism. I make fun of you because I'm afraid to really see you the way I should. So I make fun of you. I tease you. I pick at you. Well, see, that's a flaw in my character. If that's what I need to do to make myself feel superior to you, that's a character flaw. Or, you always have to be right. I argue with people, and I don't know that I consider really arguing, but it's that I like discussion, I like debate, I like the opposite answer, I like the opposite side. Why? Because I think that if we all engage in conversation that's different, we may take something different out of it than we walked into the conversation with initially. So I like to be that debater. My dad would always tell me, son, you can argue anything. And I don't know that it's arguing, but I like to hear the other side. And guess what? I can accept when I'm wrong. I can accept someone else's opinion. Why? Because it's their opinion. They're entitled to it. It's not just about me, but it's about the other person as well. So this is just some food for thought. If you take a chance to get to know somebody that you thought you'd never venture out to reach out to get to know, you might find that you have a new friend. You might find that you have a best friend that you thought was an impossibility prior. Don't allow the virus to be the only thing that brings out the best in you. I think you have the ability to bring out the best in yourself at all times. You can do anything you set your mind to if you want to do it. And we can sit back and be paralyzed and stand still and stubborn if we don't want to do something. You know, it's like kids, right? You know that when they're smaller, yeah, they'd rather eat the sweets. They'd rather eat the things that may not be the healthiest for them, but you sit back and you try to introduce them to foods that are healthy, that will better their health, better their development. We don't just sit back and say, hey, he likes sugar. We'll just give him sugar. That's it. Why? Because we know that that's not good for the child. But we know that they need their vegetables, they need milk, they need their protein, they need, their vitamins. They need their supplements. So we make sure, even though the kids may not want or like, we make sure that we give these things to them so that they develop into healthy, productive human beings. So guess what? Think of other people as children, and don't be stuck on, I only like this kind of friend, or I only like that kind of friend, or I only like these people that are this tall, or only like people that are this skinny, or only like people that are overweight, or only like people that are Chinese or African American or Anglo-Saxon or Italian, or take your blinders off. They're more than just where they come from. They're human beings. So, food for thought. Let's be the best that we can be. I always try to end it with good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better, your better is best, and you are the best person that you can be. This is your boy Mo. Hey, I'm looking a little scruffy, but this is my coronavirus beard. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not going to shave it off. I do clean up well, so there will be a time when I will shave it off. And until then, hey, I'll reach out to you again. If you like what I have to say, hey, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, that's cool. Make a comment. But I'll appreciate it one way or the other, because this is not about me. This is about us. We're better together than we are separate and apart. Peace.